What's going on, guys? How is your day shaping up? Some of you guys are probably still at work, finishing up, getting ready for the weekend, Christmas weekend. Going to be fun. Let's have a quick look at the market, guys. BTC holding 43.6. Not too bad, not too bad. Got some good DCA Christmas gifts here. Miria, SEI Network, Caspa, Pyth, all good DCA opportunities. Optimism's just winning the day here, 32.8%. Arbitrum's up 19, Trios up 15.5. Looking juicy, guys. Good opportunities. XNA's pumping 17%. All right, well, let's get into it here, shall we? Real quick, British Hodl says, this is what the spot ETF in the US did to gold for 8 years, over an 8-year cycle, 8 years of up on the asset with a flexible supply schedule. What do you think is going to happen to BTC with a fixed defined supply that halves every 4 years, of which people that own the coin hodl 80% of them? These bearish on Bitcoin ETF people are either the stupidest people on earth or have an agenda to be bearish. Like the gold sellers did when they were telling people to use gold, they hated me because their business was dying. Just on price, how can you be bearish on spot Bitcoin ETF? We can argue ideology or philosophy, but we can't argue financial physics of supply and demand. That is not wrong. So down here, we had the gold spot ETF, and then 8 years of up, 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 up before we finally came down, right? So what do you think is going to happen to the spot Bitcoin ETF when it gets approved? I don't know. A lot of people are saying that it's going to be a nothing burger. What do you guys think? Uh, or do you think that it's going to do something like this, but over the course of a few years, not in the short term in the first few months? Will be interesting to see, guys. And quickly following up on a story I've been following, SEC admits to making misleading claims in cryptocurrency case and apologizes. This is exactly what I said, guys. If you recall, I was covering this story last week and told you guys I'd stay on it and keep you guys up to date. And I said exactly that this was what Gary and the SEC was going to say, right? The US SEC has approved Digital Licensing Inc., also known as Debtbox. He expressed his deep regret for the mistakes made in the case filed against the cryptocurrency company called. The agency asked the judge to refrain from sanctions after misleading statements led to the restraining order against the firm, and the freezing of its assets. SEC Enforcement Division Chief Graywall said, Gerber Graywall, I fully appreciate the extraordinary responsibility placed on the SEC in enforcing the federal securities laws. I understand that our department fell short of these standards in this case, and I apologize for this shortcoming. The SEC filed a lawsuit against Debtbox in July, claiming that the project defrauded investors of approximately $50 million. As part of the lawsuit, the SEC had sought a temporary restraining order and asset seizure against the firm and its executives. However, the defendants disputed the SEC's allegations, prompting a strongly worded order asking the judge to explain the SEC's actions. Um, in a 27-page response, SEC lawyers acknowledged the agency's shortcomings, saying the commission cannot allow its ongoing efforts to stop fraud to thwart its duty to be truthful and candid. While the judge talked about possible sanctions against the institution's lawyers argued that mandatory training would be sufficient because its staff did not exhibit malicious behavior. The SEC assigned a new team of lawyers from the agency's office of general counsel to evaluate his missteps, and concluded that his staff did not intend to mislead the court. This is not investment advice. Yeah. So basically, guys, for those of you who've been following along last week, The SEC demanded or requested that the judge put a restraining order on Debtbox so that Debtbox, all their assets and money would be frozen. So the judge did this, and in the explanation as to why, the SEC essentially lied. So Debtbox presented all the evidence showing, because what the SEC was accusing them of was moving all of their customer funds overseas out of the jurisdiction of the SEC and closing down accounts in the States and stuff like that. And then Debtbox's lawyers showed the judge thoroughly that that was a lie, that they had not moved any customer funds. They proved that they did not close any accounts. They didn't do anything that the SEC had accused them of doing. So the judge then, in turn, asked the SEC to give the judge a reason why he should not sanction the SEC's lawyers for lying to the court to get what they wanted, right? And I told you guys at the time, in Gary and the SEC's explanation to the judge that was due, right? And we finally got it. That basically they were going to throw those lawyers under the bus, assign new lawyers, and say, oh, our bad. That's what they were going to do, right? Just throw the lawyers under the bus, get them to lie. And then when they get caught, throw them under the bus and say it was their fault, right? That's what he did here. So now they're saying that they've assigned new lawyers, and instead of sanctioning the SEC's lawyers, what the SEC is suggesting is that they just put their lawyers through some more training is what needs to happen. Instead, that should be the punishment. No, sanction them. They lied. They got caught lying in this case. They got caught lying in the Ripple case. They got caught lying in the Binance case. They tried this exact same move against the Binance in the Binance case, but it got declined. The judge turned it down. They tried the exact same thing. This is a pattern. This is not a mistake, right? This is a pattern of behavior from the SEC. You can't blame it on one lawyer and say he needs training. You guys have been doing this in every single court case, and you've been getting caught lying in every single court case. Sanction the hell out of these lawyers at the SEC. That way, other lawyers will not be willing to lie on behalf of the SEC anymore if the judges step in and start punishing these lawyers for lying on behalf of the SEC. From that point forward, the SEC, when they go to hire lawyers, the lawyers are going to look at this and say, you know what? You're going to get me to lie for you. I'm going to get in shit. It's going to screw up my career. No, thank you. Right? That's what needs to start happening. This judge needs to sanction these lawyers for what they did. They lied. They knew that they were lying, and they cost a company money by doing it. Right? This is not a game of Monopoly. This is real world money, and these lawyers cost Debtbox, in the judge's words, I can't pronounce it. A massive financial damages is what the judge said that the SEC's actions cost Debtbox. So I would say that maybe the SEC needs to pay a fine to Debtbox, but that would just be taxpayer money, so that wouldn't be fair either, because the ones who suffer in that case is the taxpayers, right? So no, these lawyers need to be sanctioned, in my opinion. It's hilarious. It's a three-ring circus at this point, guys. How can you not sit back? If you don't laugh, you'll cry at this point because it's so ridiculous, right? Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this circus. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. We'll stay on top of this and let you know what the outcome is. Hopefully, they get sanctioned. And yeah, make sure if you want to support the channel, guys, give me, because I would like to start doing this more full time. And in order to do that, I need more people to join the member side, stuff like that. So it's only $4.99. And I give you microcap gems, guys. Speaking of which, if you're still here, I just released another another gem video for the members on the members only content this morning. So you're going to want to have a look at that project, guys. And I did another one. I released a microcap gem last night as well. So 2 new videos for the members only content in the last 12 hours or so. So you're not going to want to miss those 2 videos. Click the join button for that, and also check out the channel sponsor LBank, link in the description. Do your spot trading, copy trading, leverage trading, no KYC required. I will see you guys in the next one.